Hi, I'm Gina and I'm a workaholic. Some of you might snicker when you hear that as if it's a joke, but I'm being real with you. And the reason this topic is coming up is because right now, as we are in a time of quarantine, we are being given the opportunity to either work more or slow down. And I can say honestly, I am feeling this urge, this compulsion to be more productive. And I have to stop myself because what I recognize is I may never have another moment in my life to be able to slow down the way that I can right now. The demands on me are so much less. I don't have to get up and go anywhere. I can remain in my home. And while that may seem challenging, the real challenge of it lies in what workaholism is. So I discovered in my probably mid-30s that really truly workaholism was a serious issue in my life. I realized this when the cleaning lady at the building I worked in at the time, I was the managing director of a nonprofit, a lot of weight on my shoulders and responsibility, and she said to me, Gina, I've cleaned this building for 30 years. I've never seen anybody work as hard as you. That caused me to take pause and take inventory and look at my life. And when I explored, self-diagnosed therapist for myself, I got on Google, what is workaholism? Is that what I have here? What I discovered was workaholism is really like any other addiction. It exists to help hide and suppress the difficult feelings we don't want to feel. Aha. I could look into my own life and see when it began. It began not long after my mother passed away, and I needed a way to go on. And work allowed me to be busy enough that I didn't have to feel my grief. And it still comes up to this day as the adult, mature person. I find that actually when I'm under stress personally, I work more. I start working on the weekends. I'm working all the time. And so workaholism truly, when it is crossing the lines of unhealthy, it is about being unable to feel our feelings. And I want to share with you about why this is so damaging. Because we have an impression in our society that what are feelings? Why should I feel those? I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel angry. Push those feelings down. I don't want to feel afraid. Push those feelings down. Oh my God, I feel powerless. Don't feel that way. Get over it. Sweep it under the rug. I want to tell you why that doesn't work and give you an alternative. Really, why it doesn't work is the following. Here's how we go through life when we ignore our feelings. Feelings are a part of our nature. We have an emotional life, just like we have physical life, we have mental life, we have a spiritual life, we have an emotional life. And if negative feelings come up, this is how it looks if we're not acknowledging our feelings. I feel a bad feeling. I meet you. Hi, person. You're there. I'm here feeling bad. Well, I'm not emotionally processing my feelings, so I go to my mental state and I look at you and I'm like, oh, you're the reason I feel bad. So now I've taken whatever those icky feelings are and I've put them on you. I've now blamed you, and you are the reason I don't feel well. And this happens relationship after relationship after relationship. We're not acknowledging and dealing with the emotions, so we then project out onto others the way that we're feeling, like as if it's their fault. As you might imagine, this creates challenges in relationship. And in workaholism, a very key component is that any kind of intimacy or deep relationship becomes impossible or not long-lasting. And so what I want to share is that this is reversible. There's a lot that is reinforcing workaholism. Our society doesn't look at it as it looks at other addictions. We're not high-fiving, people for, oh, your heroin, good job doing that heroin all day, as opposed to people doing that for, good job for working all day. And it's confusing because work is positive. It's a positive thing. It's a positive outlet. It's about noticing when we cross the line. So here's what there is to know about reversing workaholism. The way to heal it is to become someone who can be in touch with your feelings. And the reason I'm bringing this up now is because now is the time. We have the silence, we have the privacy to go within ourselves and to feel our feelings. I'm going to be sharing in my blog. If you go to the blog at ginamorata.com, along with this video, you are going to see 3 books that I recommend that teach us how to feel our feelings. It's amazing that we've never been taught this, but this is the time in the world that we need to learn. And I'm going to share an insight that I had when I was looking at these 3 titles that I chose to share. They're actually all books written by men. Does that surprise you? It surprised me. And so I'm sharing that because feelings can tend to seem like a feminine issue, but it's not. It's a human issue. And we all have feelings. And the more we can be with them and accept them and potentially use this time of being quarantined to get familiar with them, hello, I'm spending a lot of time doing that. The more we will be able to go back out into the world, not doing machines, feeling like it's all about what we have to do and do and do, and we can be with each other again. We can be at peace, even in difficult times. And there's one thought I want to leave you with, because it can be easy to say, I don't want to deal with difficult feelings, I want to feel good. Well, here's the truth. Researchers say that our ability to be with the difficult feelings of life is directly correlated to our ability, our capacity to be with the positive feelings we most want, like joy, contentment, and love. So I leave you with these messages to contemplate over this time with a lot of love.